My name is Joshua Glotman. I'm 12 years old and I'm interested in aviation. Welcome to my world of aviation. So here's Captain Barrington and I walking out to the plane. Today I'm going to take you up on this plane and I'm going to take you for a ride in it all around Miami. Welcome to my world of aviation. So right now I'm going to check the fuel in the aircraft to make sure it's free of contaminants. Looks all right to me. This one looks good. Let's close the hatch because we don't want any fuel leaking out during flight. Now that we've checked all our systems, I'm going to open the door and hop in the cockpit. All good. Look at all these storm fronts around our aircraft. You have to use math and science to solve your way around this. All these indicators show us our altitude, speed, how high we're pitched or how low, what our bank is, our fuel, our oil, our radar map, our GPS, and all these things come together to form this plane, which I'm going to fly for you in a matter of minutes. Just stay with us. Okay, the runway's clear and we have clearance for takeoff. Here we go. Now that the tower's given us clearance for takeoff, let me tell you about how I got interested in aviation. One day, I was fiddling around with Google Earth when I noticed they had a flight simulator. I was interested in this flight simulator, so I used it for a little while, and then I got another flight simulator. This flight simulator taught me the basics of aviation. It taught me about airports, airplanes, airlines, the control tower, weather, and a few instruments also. Later, I got a more advanced simulator that taught me how to use some of the more advanced instruments, like the GPS and the autopilot. I also learned how to contact the control tower. Then I learned how to fly the perfect approach patterns and land perfectly dead center in the middle of the runway. That flight simulator intrigued me to learn more about airports, like what airlines fly the routes from those airports to some exotic destinations. I also learned how to make flight plans. Hey, how did that picture get in there? That was me flying on a real plane when I was a little kid. For my 11th birthday, I had the opportunity to go in a real 747 flight simulator that pilots use for training. I flew all around New York City and I landed the plane at night even though we started in the day. That's how the simulators look from the outside. A few weeks ago, I had the chance to see the Airbus A380 land at Miami for the first time. I was only 200 feet away, so it was really big. It was a spectacular sight to see, and I also got a chance to go in the tower for a tour. I had a chance to meet their traffic controllers and learn about their jobs. A few months ago, I had the privilege to meet Captain Barrington Irvin, the youngest person to fly around the world solo. Shortly after meeting him, he asked me if I wanted to go on a flight with him to Orlando. He was going to speak to Boy Scouts about his world travels. Captain Barrington took off and then handed me the controls. I flew the hour there and then he took the controls again and landed. We spent a few hours talking to the Boy Scouts. On the way back, Captain Barrington surprised me and told me I was going to land the plane. I was a little nervous, but I had to remain calm in order to land the plane safely. Even though the flight was a little bumpy, this was a great experience for me. Today, Captain Barrington is my mentor, and he is a great influence in my life. Wasn't that a smooth flight? Pretty good for a beginner, I guess.
This is the final step. I have to speak real loud because we got another plane right behind us. So, we gotta cover up the engines before the flight so no bugs get in them. Now we gotta cover up the exhaust. We don't want anything getting in there.
Now I'm helping teach kids at Barrington's camp, and I'm also helping input new technological advancements into his curriculum that most people wouldn't think about. So, that's my story. Thank you for watching my video on how I got interested in aviation.